Good morning, room 206. The date today is Wednesday, May 27th, and the weather is just continuing on with another unbelievable looking day. I think we're supposed to hit about our highest today. It's supposed to feel like 30 later on, so the trend of the weather here is quite obvious that we're just going. But yeah, holy smoke, it's just getting really hot. I feel like last year and this year the same thing happened, and we kind of went straight from cold weather, we skipped that nice in-between weather of spring, and we're straight into that hot summer weather, which I love spring, but I love summer too, so I'm going to be alright with it. And hopefully you too. And looking at the weather tracker as well, incredibly, the sunny days have caught up with the cloudy days, so now it's a neck-and-neck race to the end of the month to see which we have more of. And I've got a pretty good feeling on that front too. As far as poetry goes, I see a few of you have posted on Flipgrid, so I'm looking forward to hearing those from you. And thanks so much for doing that. I'm also really excited to see everybody's presentations who is deciding to participate in the Montrose Talent Show. Those are always a huge amount of fun at school, so hopefully we'll be able to kind of replicate that as much as we can in these times. Also, speaking of Flipgrid, because my demo video for the poem didn't go great, I'm going to jump back on there and put another poem that I love on there. And if you want to look it up yourself, it's called I Wandered Lonely as a Cloud by William Wordsworth. And it's a lovely, another very old-fashioned poem, probably from a close time to the one that Jasmine shared with us. So I'll put that up there hopefully today as well. As far as the math goes, hopefully the instruction videos have been helpful and you've been having an okay time with that this week. I'm going to share another short one today, but I want to give you two questions to start your brain thinking about what we're going to be looking at today. We've been taking 1/3 or 1/4 of a number and figuring that out. And now I want to give you a challenge question based on some of the things we looked at in the first video. So if we know that 1/3 of 3 equals 1, and you can double check this from the math video, if 1/3 of 3 equals 1, then what does 2/3 of 3 equal? And you can use that same strategy by making a picture and then shading it in. Or maybe you have your own way of thinking about it. And if that is easy enough for you, then I also want you to think about if 1/3 of 12 is 4, then what could 2/3 of 12 be? And that'll be the next thing that we start thinking about and looking at as we almost come to the end of our fractions unit. I might do a little bit of review, but I feel like pretty soon we're going to be moving on to the next thing. And I've already got some ideas for some fun math to kind of end out the last few weeks of the year. That's it for me as far as announcements go. Oh, no it isn't. I have one other thing to tell you about. So I have, and this is another thing I usually do in school at the end of the year, but weird year. I usually grow zinnias, which are one of my favorite type of flower, not because I love the way they look so much, even though I do love how they look, but what makes them amazing is they're so easy to grow. And I do them most years, and I have almost always succeeded. So I am growing zinnias right now. I'll share a couple of pictures. And I'm hoping that if they grow and they're in good condition by next week, that perhaps instead of office hours, I will try to hop on my bicycle and go around the Montrose neighborhood and distribute those to students and families. So we'll see how all that goes and how the planning goes for that event, but at some point I'm hoping to get those out to you. So we've got that to look forward to, and otherwise I hope everyone's having a good week and getting outside and enjoying the weather as best you can. And I'm looking forward to seeing everyone at office hours in the next 2 days. Oh, also a reminder, office hours Thursday, instead of 10:30, it's at 10 o'clock this week. And hopefully anybody who's planning on attending that will remember. Okay, that's a lot from me, so I'm going to wrap it up. Talk to everybody real soon.